How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Born to battle. Storm just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know what it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And here we are, Cowboys Nation. Victory Monday after we blew the doors off the Washington Commanders at AT&T Stadium. An amazing feat of complimentary football for our Dallas Cowboys. But on this morning's episode of Get Up, Mike Greenberg, Adam Schefter, Rex Ryan, Damien Woody, and former Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Alex Smith talk about the blowout victory for our Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to the first clip from the guys over at Get Up.
The other thing is, too, let's face it, he never had CeeDee Lamb for 3 games, had backup linemen all over the place, and he still put up those type of numbers. This dude is playing at an unbelievable level. God, I just wish he could play some defense. That's the only thing he can't play, and neither can his team.
They played better yesterday, Rex. They played
better
a little
the
better.
Commanders, hell,
Yes.
they had me and you playing wide out for him. Like, come on.
You don't have to do much with this offense. And on that note, we mentioned it in the highlights. Listen, it was great to see CeeDee Lamb back. I mean, obviously, he's a premier, one of the best receivers in football. I don't know if it's a stretch to say. I mean, I think you could pull all the cornerbacks in the NFL, and I think they would all maybe rather cover CeeDee Lamb than George Pickens right now. I mean, this guy is playing at an unreal level. I mean, maybe one of the best receivers in football, maybe the best hands in football. This guy's like Spider-Man, the catches he makes, the agility on the sideline to get his feet in, and now they're moving him around. You see him catching balls over the middle. I mean, pick your poison with the Cowboys right now.
Hey, maybe Jerry Jones knew more than we did.
Yeah,
I got to save the money. I can't pay Micah for this receiver Pickens. That was a great, unbelievable pickup by Dallas. I mean, he is literally playing better than any receiver in the league.
Yo, y'all see how Rex Ryan be taking digs at the Dallas Cowboys defense? I mean, he's going to do that no matter what the outcome of the game is because he secretly wants that position under Brian Schottenheimer. And I'll tell you the truth, Cowboys Nation, I would love to see this defense under Rex Ryan and Brian Schottenheimer. The passion that Rex Ryan shows on the defensive side of the ball would shine through to his players, but that's another video for another day, Cowboys Nation. We're going to go ahead and jump into the second clip. In the second clip, Adam Schefter brings up the facts when it comes to George Pickens. So let's take a listen to that so we can come back and talk about it. Roll the clip.
It's interesting because Mike Tomlin gave up on George Pickens.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Mike Tomlin sent him away, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking for a receiver like that right now. George Pickens went to Dallas and accepted the challenge that is in front of him. Again, we talked about this before. If he has this kind of year and focuses on what's at hand, the money that's out there for George Pickens, the money he can make this year is bonkers. So, to me, the best thing he can do is just keep making catches like this, become the weapon that he has become, and make Dallas's offense that much more dangerous when they can't play a whole lot of defense.
The funny thing is, Cowboys Nation, you got Pittsburgh Steelers fans that are out there posting that they got fleeced with the George Pickens trade. How the narrative surrounding George Pickens was a media fabricated narrative and how they should have kept him on the team. All I can say, thank you for the weapon, Pittsburgh. We'll gladly give you that 3rd-round pick in exchange for George Pickens. We already got #1 draft pick style of production from George Pickens. Now, the task from Jerry and Stephen Jones is to keep George Pickens a Dallas Cowboy. We'll talk about that more during my raw and uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, jumping into the last clip that I got for you, the crews asked about how the Dallas Cowboys defense can continue to complement the Dallas Cowboys offense. So let's take a listen to that so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
Let's go. Dial it up. What do you have to lose? Just make a couple of plays. Get a couple of takeaways. You're going to win every game. And here's the thing. Right now, what you don't want to do is exactly what you do. Sit back there. Let it happen. Let's try to keep it in front of us. Let's try to do. Nah, I mean, hell, don't let guys just go down the field on your, march it all over the place.
Right.
Look, they played better yesterday. Well, hell yeah. They got no receivers over there in Washington.
Right.
So they did play a little better. But right now, it would be a darn shame to have a Super Bowl caliber offense, like back in the heyday of Aikman, Smith, Irvin, and all them. That's the kind of offense you have.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of defense, for goodness sake.
You see how passionate Rex Ryan is about this defense? That man was about to cuss on live television, Cowboys Nation. But I will admit to you, Rex Ryan is absolutely correct. If this Dallas Cowboys team plans to make any type of run, the defense needs to be on board. They need to follow suit in order for this Dallas Cowboys team to make it to the playoffs. Y'all think Matt Eberflus is up to that challenge, Cowboys Nation? I really don't know. But y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Man, keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. Yesterday was a spectacle for Cowboys Nation and our Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if anyone is aware, but every single home game this season so far, our Dallas Cowboys have put up 40 points or more. Against the Green Bay Packers, a 40-burger. Against the New York Giants, a 40-burger. And now this against the Washington Commanders, 44 points, another 40-burger. What is this telling you, Cowboys Nation? This is telling you that our Dallas Cowboys has got what it takes in order to have home games during the playoffs. That we need to have home games in the playoffs. That's if this Dallas Cowboys team makes the playoffs this year. There's a whole lot of football to be played, Cowboys Nation, and we haven't faced the murderer's row that we're going to be facing after the bye. So we have to go into the bye on a winning streak. This means that our defense is going to have to play how they played against the Washington Commanders each and every week. In that segment, Adam Schefter spoke about how George Pickens could go and command top dollar from any other organization once he becomes a free agent. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but if I were Jerry and Stephen Jones, I would not allow George Pickens to walk out that front door. Even if we have to franchise tag him, I would do whatever I had to do in order to keep George Pickens a Dallas Cowboy. Since George Pickens joined this team, it has been a net positive for our Dallas Cowboys. Since CeeDee Lamb went down to that injury, George Pickens stepped up and handled that wide receiver role as if he was the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver one. Now that CeeDee Lamb is back, the passing attack can be even more dangerous under Lamb and Pickens. But this is something that you don't allow to fall by the wayside, Cowboys Nation. Jerry and Stephen Jones allowed this to happen once whenever they sent Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns. Now, our offense can't even afford to let that happen again, especially without a backup plan in sight. Just because Ryan Flournoy steps up in the game against the New York Jets doesn't mean that he's good enough to allow George Pickens to walk out the front door. And I know that's a typical Cowboys thing to do. Don't let it happen. To keep it a buck, don't take the talent away. You got to add to that talent, Cowboys Nation. And on top of that, you got some Dallas Cowboys fans who continue to watch the pockets of Dak Prescott saying that there's not enough pie to extend George Pickens because of Dak Prescott making $60 million a year, which is a bald-faced lie. Everyone who truly pays attention to the Dallas Cowboys on a business side knows that the Dallas Cowboys always restructure their top players' contracts. So this means that Stephen Jones could restructure Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Smith, also Diggy Zawa, just to free up money to pay George Pickens. It wouldn't be as impossible as some fans would have you think it is. And frankly, I would pay George Pickens like a number one wide receiver because that's exactly what he is. He is a number one wide receiver. I would pay him around what I paid CeeDee Lamb and would continue the high-powered offense for the future. Look at it this way, Cowboys Nation. You didn't have to pay your top player on the defensive side of the ball record-breaking numbers, so you could actually extend George Pickens for 4 years with a safety hatch in the third year if you really wanted to. You don't have that Micah Parsons contract holding you down. This way we can ensure that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens continue to stay breaking the defensive backs' ankles for the immediate future. And I know some Cowboys fans are asking Jerry and Stephen Jones to extend George Pickens right now, but those fans don't realize that it takes two to tango in that type of situation. From what I've gathered, players don't like to worry about contract negotiations during the season. They just want to play football, so they'll deal with the contract in the offseason. And I have faith that Jerry and Stephen Jones are going to deal with the contract in the offseason. George Pickens becomes a free agent in what would be considered the best offseason for the Dallas Cowboys as far as the wide receiver market is concerned, because it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look like a wide receiver market that CeeDee Lamb was facing whenever he was going into contract negotiations. Looking at SpotTrack.com, George Pickens looks to be the most accomplished wide receiver who would be looking to get top dollar in his position. Also, Pickens' market value on SpotTrack.com is $29.1 million and would be looking to get extended in a free agency class that includes players the likes of Rashad Shaheed and Jahad Dotson, or Elijah Moore, or Tylan Wallace, or Wan'Dale Robinson, Alec Pierce, or Sky Morris, or even Jalen Tolbert. George Pickens isn't going into free agency with players the likes of Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. So if the market value being $29.1 million, I can see the Dallas Cowboys extending Pickens to either $30 or $33 million. Would it be worth it, Cowboys Nation? I truly think so. But the guys over on Get Up spoke about how Dak Prescott has been playing at an MVP level. I keep seeing from Cowboys fans how Dak Prescott winning the MVP doesn't matter. All that matters is what the entire team does. In most cases, I would agree with you, but why isn't it like this when the Dallas Cowboys lose? When we lose, it's always getting placed on Dak Prescott's shoulders. Even if the offense balls out and the defense suck, some fans will still place it on Dak Prescott's shoulders. With Dak playing MVP-style football, it would force those people who continuously place losing on Dak's shoulders to have to find another excuse as to why the Dallas Cowboys team keeps losing. How do you keep losing with an MVP-style quarterback? For years, it's been easy for talking heads and some Cowboys fans to blame it all on Dak Prescott for the Cowboys' woes. But if you were to win MVP, it would show those people that your quarterback played his position at the highest level and that there's something else that's causing this team to fail. We know it's the easiest route to blame either the quarterback or the coach, but when your quarterback is playing on an MVP trajectory, it takes those excuses and throws them right out the window, Cowboys Nation. And also, if your quarterback's playing at an MVP level, why wouldn't you want him to enjoy that recognition? I mean, usually when your quarterback is awarded that award, it's because he's been able to lift the player's level of play around him. Isn't that what Cowboys fans are asking him to do? So why not give him the credit that he deserves? Y'all would damn sure ridicule him if he actually sucked, Cowboys Nation. But I get where some are coming from. It's a team effort. And it is. It's a team effort. You win as a team, you lose as a team. But wouldn't it be great to know that you have a quarterback playing at an MVP level, leading your team into each game? I mean, I know I would. The end-all be-all isn't Dak Prescott winning the MVP and it's over. Nah, we ain't thinking that way. It's about taking that level of play and adding to the teammates that should be on the same level of play that you are. That's what a Super Bowl team does. Now, if people were just pushing for Dak Prescott to get the comeback player of the year or something, then I could see the selfishness in that. But to cheer on your quarterback for putting up MVP-type numbers for your football team? I don't know, Cowboys Nation. I just don't get it. But as Cowboys Nation enjoys this victory over a division opponent, let's not take our eyes off the prize. This defense continues to have issues. They weren't on display yesterday, I can admit that. But consistency hasn't been on display for this Dallas Cowboys defense either. One week, they'll go into the game and they will wow us. The next week, they won't even show up to the game. We truly need this defense to continue to add on to what they put out on the field yesterday, and things will be good for this Dallas Cowboys team. But this right here, Cowboys Nation, this makes me feel now more than ever that the Dallas Cowboys front office needs to start making plans to add to this team. This year, Cowboys Nation, I'm talking about this year. If it's before the trade deadline or if it's bringing someone in from free agency that you think can help the scheme, this Dallas Cowboys offense is way too potent just to sit back and not try. That's a different topic for a different day, Cowboys Nation. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, how do you grade our Dallas Cowboys performance against the Washington Commanders? Do you think our offense looked pedestrian out on the field? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share the content, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. It truly helps get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans so we can talk more classy Cowboys content. But if you are DC for life and you want to see that level of play on a consistent basis from our Dallas Cowboys, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. This Dallas Cowboys team does have what it takes to be as competitive as any of the top teams in the league right now. I think Jerry and Stephen Jones may need to break from the norm and actually start making calls to better the team. If the Dallas Cowboys can do what they can do on the field yesterday to the rest of the season, I believe this team could really shake some stuff up in the NFL. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.